YouTube.
You are live.
We're live on YouTube. But we're not. We're live on TikTok.
We're live on everything, man.
TikTok. We got microphones.
Everything.
Microphones.
Everyone in the world is like, where's Chris and Lee? We have questions about interest rates. Do you guys have questions about interest rates?
Do you have questions about the programs? The programs are like, everybody's asking about the programs lately.
What? Why?
Everybody wants to know
Why?
about the programs. Well, we
Why?
got people. I got
Why?
someone I'm working with in Illinois,
Man,
in
poor
Ohio.
connection.
I've got different people in different areas.
What's up, Navy
that are
Mom?
looking for the programs, and the programs are.
What's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay? What's up,
George?
George?
Anastasia?
Anastasia. So the Dream for All program is giving 200.
Nobody cares about that, man.
You don't think so?
Nobody cares about
$200 million are giving away
Nobody cares.
200.
Nobody wants
million.
that. Nobody wants money.
200.
What are they money for? More money, more
I plugged
problems.
into the Ohio programs, and the Ohio program's giving 10,000 right
You don't
now.
even know where Ohio's at.
Dude, Ohio's over there. You see Ohio? There's Ohio. There's Georgia. There's Illinois.
Where's YouTube?
YouTube's right there. Kenny G. Kenny G. When you pick that name, you're like, hey, yeah, Kenny G. That's what I'm.
What
going
movie
with.
was that from?
I don't know.
Oh, that was from Office Space. He was like, is your real name Kenny G? He's like, yeah. He's like the saxophone player? Yeah. He's like, I love his music. He's like,
have you
awesome.
seen Ted 2? Oh, God, Ted 2? Oh, it's so horrible and awesome at the exact same time, like most South Parks. It's horrible and awesome at the exact same time.
Well, tell us.
Well, it's a girl, right? And she says, hi, what's your name? Cool, Samantha. He's like, Samantha, okay, cool. What's your last name? Jackson. All right, cool, that's awesome. What's your middle name?
L.
L. She's like,
Yeah.
so wait a minute. Your name is Sam Al Jackson?
Yeah.
They're like going crazy over. Her name is Sam Al Jackson.
Sam Jackson.
I thought
Get
people-
these off this plane.
Yeah.
However he says it.
Dude, you ever seen him battle on Drop the Mic?
Seven-
5.75 interest rates, $200 million. State of California is giving away in just one program. One program. Which program is that?
Cal Alpha.
Dream for All.
It's
Not
Cal
the
Alpha.
regular Cal Alpha, because the regular Cal Alpha.
It's Cal Alpha.
Has that regular Cal Alpha ever run out? I don't think the regular one ever runs out.
Not since I've been doing Cal Alpha. It has not run out.
It's never run out. So
you guys talk about, is there still money? Is there still funds when it comes
Goodfella,
to...
you're right. You're Goodfella. You're one of the smartest people we've ever met in our life, because you know we're the coolest dudes on the internet. So just to you, keep going.
No, go ahead, man.
No.
I was
dude,
in the middle
I'm
of
trying to-
something, but
dude,
go
our
ahead.
fans are
No,
talking
you
to
got-
us.
Go.
Our
go,
fans,
please.
Our fans are
Please,
talking
you
to
and
us.
Goodfella have a moment. Go.
Dude, we did. We
Go.
already did.
Dude,
it
you're
was real.
fast.
It was real.
That's what she said.
It was real.
So when it comes to down payment assistance programs, you guys ask, is there still funds available? Has it ran out? Yada, yada, yada. For the small local programs, for the city programs, yes, they run out. For the larger programs that we actually really focus on, the ones that go national, most of them, not all of them, they don't usually run out.
No.
And especially, we're in California. We have California programs. And California has so much money and so many problems, which is...
Weird.
Yeah, it shouldn't go hand in hand. With all the money, we should be able to solve all the problems. But they don't run out.
5.75 rates. 5.75. Don't leave us.
$6 billion deficit this year.
We have a $26 billion deficit. 36 billion.
I thought we had a surplus.
Dude, I thought we had a surplus. No? Somebody's lying to
Where do
us.
we get $200 million for the Cal Alpha program then?
Where'd that come from?
The same place that with $1 billion that we sent to
But the
Ukraine
thing is,
came from.
Here's the catch on the Cal Alpha program. It sounds amazing. They market it as an amazing situation. After they give $200 million to the people of California and help them out, how much are they getting back? What do you think?
As much as they want?
I'd say 300 million.
Literally.
I'd say
As
300
much
million.
as they want.
They're going to make 50% on this. So the question is, did they really give you money?
The question is, how much of that gets direct deposited directly into Gavin Newsom's private bank account?
Dude, Gavin Newsom was in your attic the other day, and he's gone.
But
he's gone.
He has friends, man.
He's gone.
You're not going to believe what I found yesterday.
What'd you find?
Joe Biden?
What'd you find?
I found Dirty Joe.
Dirty Joe.
Number 4.
Number 4. I told you, it doesn't end with 1.
Number
and
4.
it's not going to end at number 4 either.
Dirty Joe.
You're in a season.
Why
There's
am I
a
even friends with this
season.
guy?
I don't know.
This
man.
guy's so negative.
I don't know if we're necessarily
So
friends. We
negative.
just share income.
Why don't I even share income with you?
I want half your income.
That
damn
doesn't
it.
make any sense.
I want half your damn income. Half of it, and you get half my expenses.
Okay, hey, you're gonna die way before me. What happens then?
I don't know.
How do I get half of what I'm?
Do you have a key man
How
policy?
does that work?
I don't know
How does
about?
that work?
Do you have a key man policy? See, that's like not very good. What's going on right there?
I know, man. It's
I
because
know,
you keep
it's
talking about Cal Halfa.
You think so?
No one wants to hear that shit.
All right. What do they want to hear? What do people in the mortgage business want to hear?
What do you loan officers want to learn
All
today?
you loan officers that come in and talk to us. What do you got?
Man.
Hammerolds hurt. How's loan officer life, fellas? Are you guys down right now?
On the down.
On the down.
On the down low.
We were for a while. It was.
Are you on the
horrible.
down low?
Dude? It was. For,
I think Lee's on the down low.
it was for a while.
Are you a toe
very
tapper?
ugly. Very ugly.
Lee's a down low toe tapper. That's old school.
To answer your question,
About what?
for a while, Morgan, he's saying the loan officers. How are you guys on the down right now? So business has been slow. I don't know if you know that, but business has been slow. However, it does seem that the worst is behind us. Cross fingers, tap on wood, whatever the hell you do, it seems like the worst is behind us because interest rates have kind of peaked. We think we're on the pause. We think there's conflicting pieces that are coming out of the Fed. One of the Fed members said, hey, I see 150 to 275 basis point drop in 24. And people grabbed onto that and ran with it. They're like, hey, 150 to 275 basis point drop, that's huge. And then the one right after that, who spoke right after, said, I don't know if I concur with them. I actually think there's one more interest increase before the end of the year. But guess what? In order for the markets and them to sell newspapers, I don't know if they sell newspapers anymore, but in order to sell newspapers, man, they grabbed onto that one person who spoke 150 to 275 basis points, and all over the internet, Fed says they're going to drop 150 to 275. The Fed didn't say it. It was one member of the board in the speech. So that's a little bit different than the Fed said it. Kind of the Fed said it, but kind of not, because the official word comes from Jerome Powell. It doesn't come from that one guy. So that's what's going on.
In Facebook world, Kip Shelton said, Lee Duran looks like he's wearing a Mr. Rogers sweater. I agree. He's also just as old as Mr. Rogers.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
And he can't sing for shit.
A beautiful day for a neighbor.
But he tries. I
Would
gotta
you
give him
be
credit
mine?
for that. Hey, man.
Could you be mine?
Good try. It sucks.
You be my neighbor.
And it hurts.
You're a little boy if you're born a little boy and you stay
Wow,
a little
that's
boy.
weird.
You're a little girl if you're born a little girl and you stay a little girl.
Actually, yeah.
He
He's
did
correct.
say that.
He was
He
correct.
said that.
Now that I think about it,
I
he's
didn't think you'd have to
absolutely right.
really.
And he did it way back then.
I don't think you'd have to cram that in anybody's head.
It's like he could see the future of what was
I
going
don't
to
think-
happen.
I don't think you'd have to tell anybody that.
Actually,
so strange.
I think that was the same time that, what's his name, Yuri Korshkunov, or what was the KGB guy
Oh,
that
yeah,
came out?
yeah, yeah.
That's
Comedian?
probably about the same
The
time.
comedian?
No, not the comedian.
Oh, okay.
The guy who came out and said, here's what the countries are going to do to America by outside influence.
Oh, okay.
And this is where the boy-girl stuff comes in.
All
So
right.
during this time,
What's up, Rosario?
I think Mr. Rogers came out and said, let me combat this, but let me talk to the kids.
What's up, Rosario?
Clearly,
So,
you
see,
didn't
like
watch Mr. Rogers.
I did watch Mr. Rogers.
How many times?
Dude, he used
How
to
many
put on a
times?
sweater. He used to walk
How
in.
many
It was so
times?
lame. It was such a lame
What do you
program.
mean? He's
He would
worldwide.
literally walk down the stairs,
Why was it lame?
take off his shirt, take off his shoes.
Did he have
because
things like
had
this?
That's pretty cool.
Did he have things like this?
He had broadcasting shoes,
Hello?
I guess. He would take off his shoes and put on new
I'm
shoes.
Kitty
I
Cat.
still don't know why he did that.
I'm Gray
He
Cat.
would literally spend a few times going, "Good morning, boys and girls," and he was taking his shoes off. The producers were saying,
He
"Hey,
said, good morning,
we need
boys and
something-"
girls, and took his shoes off? Dude, you got to give more perspective.
I'm just telling you what happened.
You got to let
It
him know
legit-
what he was
it
doing.
legit
It wasn't
happened.
about that.
Dude, it legit happened.
It was not about that,
Dude,
though.
it's so weird.
Marilyn in the
Maryland,
house.
what's up? Millie,
What's up,
Maryland,
Rosito?
wherever you guys are
Rosario.
from, let us know. Let us know. We want to know about whether you're buying a house, whether you think it's a good time to buy, whether you want to know it's a good time to buy. Are there programs in your state?
And do you
in
need
your
clarity
city?
on Mr. Rogers?
Do you need clarity on Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers is pretty cool, man.
The dopest.
But it was very slow
Very weird.
TV. If you
Very
watch
weird.
TV,
But I loved it as a
it's
child.
very slow. What do you think about buying a mobile home? Mobile home in Maryland? Oh, those are different.
All right, Will I Am. He's gonna give you a big dissertation because you said mobile.
Mobile. Oh, dude, mobile home. Will I Am. Here's
Will I Am.
Here's the DL.
He
Okay.
likes yams. Kelly.
California. Oh, Will I Am. I got a lot of news for you on mobile homes. Okay. So if you're trying to buy a mobile home, first off, you go to Mobile Home Park. It's got wheels, and because it's got wheels, it's governed by the Department of Motor Vehicles. It's not actually real estate.
You'll get pulled over by the cops.
They'll pull you over and give you a ticket.
They won't
if
give
you're
you
going too fast.
Yeah, they're not gonna foreclose on you. They're just gonna give you a ticket.
yes. So if you're buying a mobile home, up until recently,
Manufactured
they just
Will I
changed.
Am.
Yeah,
said.
we'll get to that.
He gets it.
Yeah,
He gets it.
Up until recently, DMV, but then recently, not so much. Now, manufactured home is cool, but it's not real estate, and because it's not real estate, it can't be bought by an FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, or USDA, unless. See, there's an unless there. Unless.
What's up, Millie?
Unless that manufactured home is affixed to a permanent foundation and you own the real estate also. And it has to be affixed through a 433, an engineering cert, and a few other complicated things. But they basically want to make sure that it's never going to be picked up and moved again. That's the rule on it. So once it's been affixed properly, we have an engineering cert, we have a 433, we've got everything we need. It is now deemed real estate and financeable by USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, and all of the different areas. But it will always be in its own category, and pricing is a little bit different for that type. So if you're trying to do that, sometimes it works, sometimes it's a lot of problems.
So in California, so in other states, I can't speak for it, but in California,
What's up, Bevy 22?
we have a lot of people and a low amount of houses to buy.
Yeah.
So for some people, they get the 50,000 square foot house in Beverly Hills or on the edge of the cliffs in Malibu, or they get a manufactured home, or they get a condo, or they get a townhome. So everybody has their space, and in every one of those in California, they're in high demand. So I don't think any of those are a bad idea in California.
Yeah. Yep. In California. California is such a weird state. Because right now, like, hey, we're at 5.75% interest rate, 5.75 on the New American Funding website. On the New American Funding website, FHA 30-year 5.75, FHA, conventional 15-year 5.75, conventional 6.25. Cool.
Rosario, looking to purchase a primary home since our home is under hubby's name. Best credit score. What's the target credit score to have? Okay, so 620 or better. If you're going to buy this sounds like a second home.
Yeah.
I know it's in your hubby's name. We'll have to do a little bit more research. I don't know. FHA does start at 580 if that's a possibility.
If
but
it's your
likely,
primary. If
yeah.
it's your primary. If your second home, it's 680.
But likely 620 or better.
620, yeah, 620 or better. If you target perfect, 800. If you want the best interest rates, 800. 780 or better, basically, but 800.
So
if you can get an 800, you're doing great.
So here's what I'm going to recommend. Give us a call. Cool. Let us pull your credit. Let's see where you stand. And if you're not quite there, we can guide you how to get there. And if you are there, let's get you a house.
Daddy in red is my type.
I'm kite as a
high.
Sounds like your people, Lee.
Dude. Or woman, or whatever.
Dude, it's dude.
I don't know.
It's dude.
That's pretty cool. We like you already. What do we got? What other questions? Hey, interest rates right now on the New American Funding website, 5.75%. 5.75. That is not your quote. That is the quote that New American Funding has on the parent website for the interest rates.
What about the child website?
Dude, you're weird.
What if there's a parent, there's
No,
a child,
I'm not,
dumbass?
you're just weird.
It's like they
Dude,
go together.
You are so no.
They go together.
So let's talk about buying a house and politics, because those are two favorite topics. What do you think about politics these days?
I think they exist. Next question.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Rosario, my daughter is also looking to buy. She may have an 800. There you go.
If your daughter has an 800 FICO, great job to the daughter. Great job. It's hard to get an 800 FICO score. 800.
So what does she need to do, Lee?
So she needs to get a badass loan officer. Ready for a commercial? Oh, you're already up, dude.
Dude, commercials
For
rolling.
commercial. If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer, Chris and Lee, New American Funding. Give us a call, and we will help you get a badass loan. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Kay
Wow.
Van says, how does an LO downtime financially for the next interest rate hick?
Ooh, great question. Let me get them ready.
Go.
All right,
All right,
Lee,
cool.
go.
All right. So, there are many ways to survive. One of them is to get a side hustle. We are doing side hustles and we teach side hustles. I love you guys. Man, your sync is awesome. We love Neil Saki. That's awesome. Well, back to side hustle.
What is meh?
I don't know, but it's kind of cool.
I like it.
Yeah. How does an LO survive? 80,000 LOs left the business in this last year. 80,000. 80,000. That's a lot. And because it's really tough to make a living right now. And we did go through a real tough downtime, but we have a very big clientele, so we're able to survive. Yay! And here's good news. If you're an LO and you make it through this tough time, you're going to get rich in the next 2 years.
Rich.
You're going to get there's a lot of money in this business. When it's going really well, there's a lot of money. Every loan officer that I know that's established always makes over six figures. I mean, if they're established. If they're new, you get it your first year or two, maybe not. But once you're established, six figures is kind of like the base. That's the norm. And then I've got loan officer friends that make over seven figures every year.
If you get in right now,
Yeah.
it's going to be like when Lee and I first got in, watching everyone cash these fat freaking checks,
I know,
man.
right? It's
We're like,
crazy.
I can do this too.
I could do this.
One day, that's going to be me.
So, if you're a brand new LO, very important, get a really good mentor. It's super important. You need somebody who's strong, who knows what to do, the right thing, who knows how to play the game long. Because if you play the game long and you do good for your clients, that's ultimately what it really means. You have to do good for your clients, and you have to know your guidelines. You have to actually have times at bat, and you have to know what you're talking about. Because if you go live like we're doing right now, you're going to get people that shoot at you and say, you don't know what you're talking about.
Your
If you
shirt's
have-
ugly.
Yeah, your shirt's ugly. Wait a minute. That's
No, that dude said your shirt is hot. Don't worry.
all right. Cool. All right. Cool. So anyway, back to you have to know your guidelines. You have to be, because people are going to try and throw you off step and tell you you're wrong.
You're wrong.
And if you know your guidelines, you welcome it. You're like Conor McGregor. You're like, come on in. You think you can battle with me? Let's go. And then
Use
you
it.
do
Say
that
his accent.
monkey walk.
Do his
Yeah.
accent.
Oi.
Oi.
That's it.
Okay. He had a baby. He just had a baby.
Did he?
Yeah, another
All
one.
right. Cool.
Dude's family man. Took a screenshot of contact. Good job, Rosario. Very smart of you.
Rosario, you're very smart. One of the things we both agree on.
Brains.
You're very smart.
This one has
Yeah,
brains.
you're very smart. Very smart. Very smart.
Like it. So what's going on, man?
What's up, Kimberly and Kajak?
What's going on in politics?
Politics. Well, lately, so here's a strange thing that's happening. We will talk about interest rates, but it's so strange. It's so strange. What's the gossip? Gossip. First off, Kennedy is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kennedy jumped out of the Democratic side. He just said, hey, I'm not going to be a Democrat anymore. Sorry. Now, the reason that's so big is, do you know who John F. Kennedy is?
I happen to know who
Yeah,
he is.
he was president.
Never met him.
Okay, cool. How about Jack Kennedy?
I've heard of him
Jack
too.
Kennedy.
Never met him either.
And then, how about John?
I know John.
Okay,
Never met him
cool.
either. Dude,
How about Jacqueline
R&P, the whole
Kennedy
family,
Onassis?
man.
All of them.
Dang.
All of them. Anyway, he said, all right, guys, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to stay a Democrat. I'm going independent. Okay, so that's normally the kiss of death. There was one guy who tried, who actually, I thought he could win, but he did some stupid stuff. His name was Ross Perot many years ago. But since then, nobody's really gotten any teeth on the independent ticket. So this does affect whether we buy houses, how we buy houses, and what the interest rates are. It really does. So now you've got who is claiming to be the Democratic runner, who's the current president, and that's Joe Biden. You've got the person that is probably going to take the Republican ticket, and that's Donald Trump. Now, if you look at the Democrats are not really happy about Joe Biden, but they'd rather vote for Biden than Trump. Okay, so there's that side. Then there's the Republicans who are not really happy about Trump, but they'd rather vote for Trump than Biden. So there's this weird area, okay? Now, if you give them a decent candidate that's outside of these guys, they would probably vote, just don't want these guys. So now Kennedy jumps in and he's an independent. Now you have a different choice. You're like, okay, cool. If you're the camp that says, I hate Biden, I'll vote for anybody but Biden. Now you got Trump or Kennedy. And now it becomes a real race. Well, if you're on the other side and you hate Trump, you're like anybody but Trump. Now you have Biden or Kennedy. And there's this weird mash.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, Biden just slides out.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's even the people who voted for him and they support him today. You give them an opportunity of Kennedy or Biden, they're going to choose Kennedy. Any person with a brain is going to choose Kennedy over Biden.
I don't know about that.
I
Because
don't know
the
if-
Democratic Party is like they got a powerful machine, man.
Listen to the words. Anybody with a brain.
Dude, you just said Democrats don't have a brain.
I didn't say that. I
All
said
right.
some of them
You
don't.
said listen to the words.
Some of them don't.
Okay.
Same thing with Republicans.
Yeah, some of
Anyone
them don't
with a
have brains.
brain.
Yeah. So this is very important because if you listen to what they're doing to our economy, they're playing with our economy. They're like playing games
It's
with
monopoly to them.
playing games.
Literally monopoly.
And the prime interest rate that's set by the Federal Reserve, well, that actually dictates our economy. We don't get much choice unless you can afford to buy a house cash, which very few people can. Let's be honest. Very few people can. Like maybe 1% of America, maybe 1% can just say, hey, listen, I like that $1 million house. Here's $1 million. Cool. We're done. That's very few people. 99% of America, we have to finance. I have to finance. You have to finance. We're not able just to write a check. Because of that, we are at the mercy of whatever the economy is doing. Now, if the economy is doing well, then it all seems really good. And we're making money and we buy houses. But then they try and change that around and the economy's in the toilet, man. It's in the toilet right now. And unemployment is up. Big number came in today and I didn't even get a chance to see it yet.
Uh-oh.
So we're saying,
What are you going to do?
About what?
Not being able to see it.
I think it was the jobs report today. I think,
no.
the jobs report came in today.
What's rates?
And I haven't been able to see, I haven't seen what happened. Rates.
Did you print rates?
I looked at them, but I didn't print them.
Oh, you did see them?
Yeah, they're saying,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
5.75 on a 30-year fixed, 5.75 on a 30-year fixed, 6.25 on a conventional conforming Fannie Mae Freddie Mac. That is not your quote. That is the quote that is on the cover of the New American Funding website. If you want to see it, go to our profile, go to Cool Stuff, and you'll see the rates there.
Cool stuff. I love it.
Yeah, cool stuff. Well, that's where we have links to the programs in Iowa, Illinois, California, of course, and all these different programs where they help people get houses for zero down. So Ash says, I miss the Trump era. Ash, I miss the strength of the country.
Is it a good time to buy?
Is it a good time to buy?
What name is that? I love?
I don't know. That's a lot of
It's a
emojis.
picture.
Yeah, a lot of emojis. Can you do a picture there?
I don't know.
That's pretty cool. Is it a good time to buy? Here's the answer to that. It's a real tough question. If you want a house and your income is good, it's a good time to buy a house. It's a really good time to buy a house. But if you're just trying to squeeze it in because, hey, it's a great time to buy, it's not a good time to buy a house.
Yeah,
It's
if you're like
yeah.
investor status,
Yeah.
like buy, make a bunch of money,
Yeah,
bail.
yeah. It's like if you try to buy an Airbnb right now, it's probably stupid because Airbnb is on its weird downturn. And if you qualify, it's probably going to be a better time to buy now than it is in a year or two, even though interest rates will go down. Here's why. Right now, if you are qualified, and let's say you go after a $500,000 house, there's still not a lot of buyers out there that are bidding for that house. And because of it, you have some type of power in the negotiation. They haven't had an offer in 30 days. So right now you get to walk in and go, hey, listen, you haven't had an offer in 30 days. Tell you what, I'll be giving you full price for your house, but I also want you to cover $10,000 in closing costs. Now, if there were offers coming in every day, no way. You don't have a chance. But if that's the only offer in the last 30 days, they're like, well, maybe I'll do that. And you got a $10,000 discount. So that's what's going to happen now that you're the only buyer offering on a $500,000 house. Now flip the script a little bit, and there's 10 buyers coming in. And you say, hey, I'll give you full price, but I want a $10,000 credit towards closing costs. And the guy right behind you said, I'll give you full price and I'll pay my own closing costs. Well, now you're toast. Because there's no way that seller's taking your offer unless there's another comping factor that's amazing. But the seller is going to go, hey, I'll take the full price, which means you've lost your bargaining power. So is it a good time to buy? If you can afford it and you've got the income and you actually want a house. Yes, it is.
Sweet. So you could have just said, yes. You took 10 minutes.
Yes. Is that better?
Why'd you take 10 minutes?
Because I like to explain things, man. Dude, I like to explain things. Django 210. What's up? I was on the 210 earlier, and it was jam-packed.
Yay!
Yeah, we get to talk about traffic.
No, we're
Okay,
here in
so-
California. That's all we deal with.
Yep.
So if you've ever visited Southern California, it's Friday today, obviously, and in about 3 hours.
Wait, let me check your math.
In
Yeah,
about
it's Friday.
3 hours. Math. It's a day.
The math be mathin'.
How do you math a day?
I don't know about you, man.
So if you're looking for a good loan officer,
If you're looking for
so traffic's gonna start kicking in about 3 hours. We're right off the 15 freeway. So the 15 freeway goes from Southern California, takes you to Las Vegas, and then south takes you to San Diego or Mexico, and we're right in the middle of that. Okay. So and then the 91 is the intersection, which goes into Orange County to the beach, and the other way it goes into the Inland Empire, kind of where we're at. And that intersection is insane. And those freeways are going to be jam-packed in about 3 hours. So if you ever visit Southern California, don't go on those freeways if you don't have to. And Friday, just forget about it. You'll be a parking lot.
What would my monthly payment be for 460K? 460K, I would guess 3,800 to 4,300. Depends on state. We have to know your tax base. We have to know your insurance issues. There's some things that really get expensive, like insurance. Have you seen what's going on in insurance in California? Mm-hmm. Tell me. Have you had clients that have called you?
So let me share this with you guys.
Share.
So hasn't been done in years probably.
Okay.
But what insurance companies are doing right now are inspections. They're calling you up and saying, "Hey, we need to see your house. We need to do a walkthrough. We need to see what's going on." Because I don't know the gist or I don't know what's going on necessarily, but insurance companies are leaving California. The premiums are going up, probably because of wildfires, probably because California is stupid, probably because of Gavin Newsom. You guys voted for him. And because of that, borrowers are calling me, and they're like, "Hey, I'm getting a call from my insurance company saying they want to come inspect my house. What do I do?
Cam? Jeremy Rice.
What do I do?" And I say, "Nothing. As long as everything's fine, just let them in. Let them see your house." But I think what's happening is they're looking for reasons to cancel policies.
Yeah.
So if you moved into a house and you got yourself a pit bull, might be in trouble. If you moved into a house,
what?
Yeah. There's dogs that are on this list that are high. What would be the word for it?
Danger?
High danger, high risk. I don't know.
Okay.
And if you have those dogs, they might just cancel your policy.
Get out of here.
I kid you not. I talked
If you have a certain type of dog,
yeah,
what's on there?
pit bull, all the mastiff breeds.
Mastiffs?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
I don't know them all, but you can Google it.
Really?
But yeah, they're looking for. I don't know this for a fact, but I think they're looking for reasons to cancel policies.
Well,
insurance companies are some of the richest companies in the world, by the way, so this isn't going to affect them negatively. Maybe the shareholders, but not the companies themselves. So
one of the things I saw is my clients are calling me up and say, "Hey, Lee, I can't get anybody to cover my house anymore." And I say, "Why?" And they say, "Well, I made one claim about 2 years ago for $2,000." And I was like, "Okay, have you made any other claims? Maybe one 5 years ago for $20,000. Okay, but nobody will finance me anymore." What?
insure?
Yeah, insure. I'm sorry. Nobody will insure me anymore. And I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? And so I dig in. I call some of our insurance guys. We work with a lot of real good insurance guys. And I say, what's happening? They're saying, listen, they want out. They want, if they can find a reason to cancel the policy, they want out. And there's a little board in back of the insurance that tells anytime you've ever had a claim on that for you, not your property, but for you, if you've made the claim. There's also another one that shows if the property made the claim. But if you made the claim, then you become uninsurable. Holy smokes. Crazy. And then you have to go to the California Fund, which is not cheap.
That's crazy because a bank is not going to let you borrow the money unless the insurance company will insure it. So if you can't even get insurance and you had a hard time trying to get the money, that's a tough spot to be in. Very tough spot. So like insurance, I hate insurance. I'll be honest with you guys. I hate insurance. It's just in case stuff. It's something that you rarely use. You pay so much money for it. You pay for it on your house. You pay for it on your car. You pay for it on your medical. You pay for it on almost everything. And to be honest with you, how many times do you really even use it? How many times do they really even cover everything? You know, the last time I went to the doctor was 2 years ago, and it was only because I wanted to see how I was doing. I wasn't even feeling bad. I just did it for fun because I had insurance. Spent $10 on the copay for no reason.
Yeah.
No reason.
Stingy insurance companies never want to pay up. She's talking to you, man.
Oh Beast Babe.
Oh, Beast Babe is talking to you.
Oh, Beast Babe.
Dude, the Beast Babe wants to tell you that stingy insurance.
Hey,
never.
you be
wants
nice to
pay.
Beast Babe.
Yeah, I'm being nice.
Okay.
I'm actually sure that Beast Babe knows stingy insurance companies never want to pay.
And they never want to
don't.
pay.
They don't want to pay.
There's the other side of it.
Yeah, they want to take you're late one time. That's it.
In SoCal, you got to call Larry H. Parker.
What, dude? Are they paying you?
They should.
They should,
But
pay
they got
you.
it stuck right here. He did a good job.
He did a
Larry
really
H.
good
Parker
job.
got me $2.1 million.
Yeah. So
That's a lot of money back then. That was in the 80s.
I don't know why, but I feel like playing with the cats. You brought the cats out. No.
Who brought the cats out? Woof.
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 Cats-
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow,
This
meow,
guy
meow,
doesn't
meow.
know anything.
Meow,
So if
meow,
you
meow.
want a good loan officer, so what, man? What's going on in politics? You didn't even share with me.
I told you.
No,
I told you.
didn't.
Well, they're
You talked about interest rates.
PBD, Patrick
Tell me
McDavid.
about what he's talking about.
He did a town hall with
Yeah,
Kennedy. And it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. And Kennedy came on and he said, hey, listen, I am gaining very big ground. And I started to think about it. I'm like, okay, cool. Last time I seen this was Ross Perot. And I was a Ross Perot fan, man. I really liked this guy. He was so weird and simple. He'd be like, okay, the economy's a balloon. And there's a hole in the balloon. So I'm just going to patch the hole. Vote for me. That's what he said. It was
That's
so
for real?
hilarious. It was good. And he's a billionaire. He was like a
What was his industry?
I don't remember. Perot Enterprises, I know that, but
Oh.
I'm trying to. No, I think he was in steel airports.
Showtech. What was Perot's industry?
Yeah, do you know?
Uh,
I think it was steel.
So he was just an independent rich guy who came in and said, I know how to fix the country because I'm a
Yeah.
businessman.
And he did talk like that. He
Yeah.
was so weird, but he had this weird, cool cadence. He'd be like, "Shima shaw, machine shaw, you're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix the economy, and that's all you gotta do."
electronic data systems.
Okay, all right. Ross Perot, electronic data systems.
So what is that, servers?
Back in the day, it was fiber optic. He's the one who laid the fiber optic cables.
Good for him.
Now I remember that.
Now I have
remember.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
Anyway, so Kennedy is so strange because Kennedy is from a political dynasty, not a political family.
So if you can get past the first 15 minutes of this,
Yeah,
you're
I know.
fine.
His voice
You're
is a little
fine.
rough. His voice is a little
Give it
rough.
about 10, 15
I
minutes.
thought that there was no way he could get elected, but after listening to him long enough,
You know it's from a
it
vaccine?
might actually work. No, I didn't.
That's the gist I got. That was an issue of a vaccine. I could be wrong, guys, but I think it's an
God.
issue of a vaccine that he received, and that's
Dude.
why he does deep dives on it.
So I bought the book, The Real Anthony Fauci, done by Kennedy.
Yep.
And I listened to it, and it's a long book, but I was just putting it in my ear, just listen to it. If you believe what he said, it's downright scary.
Okay, here's the next piece. So he wrote this book. He's saying, here's what Fauci did. Here's who Fauci met.
Yeah.
Here's what Fauci did. Here's who Fauci met. Here's how much money they got. Here's where they got it from. He's saying all that stuff,
Yes.
right? There's 0 lawsuits from
Against
Fauci.
him, right?
0. So what does that tell you?
Well, here's one thing that you need to know about Kennedy, and this is super important, unbelievably important, unbelievably important. He has sued the biggest companies and industries in the world and won.
He sued
hasn't-
Monsanto, right?
He sued Monsanto and got he sued Monsanto and he said, hey, these gardeners over here, they got this disease, and I want $1 billion. I want $1 billion. I'm asking for $1 billion.
What's up,
and
Connor?
he put the whole case together, and after he was done with the case, they said, 1, you win, you proved your case, and that $1 billion, we don't think it's appropriate. So we're awarding $2.2 billion. They awarded $2.2 billion. Now, if you've seen these commercials that say, hey, if you are suffering from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or all of these different things through Roundup, this is because Kennedy did it. Now, here's the important part. Kennedy is not afraid of a big lawsuit. He's like, hey, let's go. Let's party up. Let's saddle up. This is what I've been doing for the last 20, 30 years. I've been fighting the biggest of the big of the big. So now, why is that important? Because when he goes after Fauci, he's like, okay, cool. Please sue me. Please. Please sue me. Please. Please. And they're like, you know what, Mr. Kennedy? I don't think I'm going to choose a battle with you in the courtroom. Probably not. I'm just going to take whatever hits you give and just move on with life. And that's what they're doing. That's crazy. Because if you listen to the book, The Real Anthony Fauci, it's downright scary what he says. about, like, you know, like why they give the kids the I have to worry about the words because some of these platforms flag us with the words, but the VA scenes, whatever. So if you know that they were, you know why they're giving kids, like when they're born, they want to give them HEPB vaccine. Okay, they want to give they want to give them that. You know why? Because they originally built that for drug addicts, but the drug addicts weren't coming in to get it, so they couldn't sell it. And they couldn't sell it, so then I have this big thing that's FDA approved, and they put a lot of money in it, and they said, okay, what do we do with this? And they said, well, if we can get it on the schedule, which is what you give kids, if we can get it on the schedule, then we sell it every time somebody's born.
Dude, they don't
And they
care about
did.
people.
And they did. They got it on the schedule.
They
And
don't
if you
care about
listen
people.
to that book, The Real Anthony Fauci, he'll tell you exactly how they did it. He names names. He tells every single thing about it. He tells the studies. He outs the FDA. He outs the CDC. He outs everybody. And I'm sitting there going, this guy, if he was just some little whack guy like Alex Jones, he's not a whack guy, by the way. He's really strangely accurate on a lot of stuff. But if he was just some weird whack guy, I'm like, okay, cool. Some little guy who's going to go away in a lawsuit. But this is Kennedy, and it's not Kennedy who's famous. Like, who's famous? Paris Hilton is famous, but she can't do anything. If Paris Hilton is famous, she doesn't do anything. Kennedy is famous for beating people in the courtroom, in the arena, on the appellate circuit. Everywhere he goes, he wins.
Bit of a badass.
Yeah, cool.
So that name, whatever that name is, says, I have money to buy a house, but people keep saying the market is going to crash. To wait. So here's my question to you, and I wish I could say your name, but I don't know how. Who tells you that?
Yeah.
Like, consider the source, okay? Consider the source. It may be your grandfather that you greatly respect. It may be your gardener. It may be a lot of people. But who is saying that? And then look at what they might know in their life. And if it's probably not a good source, probably shouldn't trust them. But here's the facts about that. Here's the facts about it, okay? The reason they're saying that there's going to be a crash is because not long ago in 2008, we had a crash. So because that happened, everyone anticipates another one to keep happening, keep happening, keep happening. What you probably don't know is there was a reason for that crash. And we can get into it. Leo probably spent a half an hour talking about it. But there was a reason for that crash.
At me, man.
Well, I'm actually saying that if you want to know everything, we could probably lay it out right now. And this time, there is not a reason for a crash. And we're talking about real estate. Now, an economic crash, I don't know. I can't speak about that. I can only talk about real estate. Because if there's an economic crash, you're not worried about your house going up or down. You're worried about, do I have enough food? So who's saying that it's going to crash? Because in my opinion, it's not going to.
And if you go to our profile and you go to Cool Links, there's a few people that we follow on Cool Links. One of them is Logan Machami. One of them is, what's that guy's name? The one we pay? Barry Habib. Barry Habib. And then another one is the Shark Tank girl. What's her name?
Connor, you said it, man. Supply and demand.
Yeah. What's the Shark Tank girl's name? Barbara Corcoran. So if you listen to those three, they'll give you a good understanding of the economy. Just go to their pages. All they do is talk about the economy, talk about real estate. There's not going to be a crash. I could be wrong, but I'm usually not.
Connor's actually answering the questions in the chat right now for anybody that wants to know, and he is correct. We were doing shitty loans back then. Not we, but as a country, we were doing shitty loans that shouldn't have been done. It hurt a lot of people. It caused a crash. A lot of people lost their homes. We're back, though. Those are those that kept their homes. They're in the equity. So if you're afraid of a crash, that's a perfect example. 2008, the housing market got cut by 50%. So if you had a house that was worth $500,000, it went down to $250,000. If you still have that house, it's probably worth a lot more. You have equity. You have equity right now. So if there is a crash and you're going to live in it, just keep paying your mortgage payment. It's not that big of a deal. If you're an investor, like everybody wants to be all of a sudden, and you're trying to make money, you're not going to. Just don't worry about it.
Franco says, what's the ideal DTI? My back-end DTI is 23. Front-end DTI is 31. I think you got that backwards. No worries. Credit score is 786. You're the ideal candidate right there. I mean, 2331, you're going to get the best pricing with a 786 FICO. That's about as good as you can get right there. The only thing that would add to that. So when we quote the rates, I'm not quoting a rate to you. I'm telling you what the New American Funding website says. And the New American Funding website's profile is 40% down, or 25% down, 800 FICO, and probably 2331 DTI. So you're right in that range. If you gave the 25% down, you're probably in the 5.75 interest rate range. So that's your ideal, Franco.
You're not free mortgages.
Yep.
What's up, Team Sanchez?
Team
in the
Sanchez
house.
in the house.
When you
What's
come
up?
to Cali, man, we gotta do business. Get your
do-
license.
dude, we
Oh
gotta
no,
get a
no,
lot of
no. That's
business.
the guy who used to do real estate, but now he does financial planning.
Okay.
No, I know. See, man, I know. I remember. But back to Fauci. Back to Alex Jones. Okay. So the Alex Jones thing. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist,
No.
and he's come up with a lot of conspiracies.
No.
But what a group of people want to do is they want to hang on conspiracy theory. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Cool. It is until it isn't. Like the island that they found with a bunch of kids on it.
That's crazy, man.
It is until it isn't.
That's crazy.
So I know you guys want to, when it comes to political parties, I'm
Yeah.
a left, I'm a right.
Yeah.
Screw all that.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the big picture. What's right for the country? What's right for the people? What's right for the kids?
Well, the
Think of
latest thing
kids.
Alex Jones is saying is that they want to take everybody's real estate away. That BlackRock wants to own it all, and they're buying it right now.
I believe that.
I do believe it too.
Have you seen their portfolio?
I do believe it.
Have you seen how much they have
do you
under
want to
management?
know who just did an interview with Alex Jones? I can't believe this.
Who?
Tucker.
Okay.
Now, Tucker's his own platform. He gets to choose whatever he wants. Tucker gets the biggest people out there.
Okay.
Tucker had Trump on his show 2 times, 3 times. Tucker gets anybody he wants. Tucker just did an interview with Alex Jones.
And very reasonable, by the way. Tucker's very
Tucker's
reasonable.
smart, very smart. He might be vice president, actually. It's a weird thing that he might be running with Trump. Anyway, so Tucker brought out Alex Jones, and Alex Jones is saying, hey, listen, here's what's happening in his little weird voice. He said, hey, BlackRock wants to take all of our real estate. They're not going to steal it from you. They're actually going to buy it from you. They're going to buy it from you with your own money. And he shows exactly how they're doing it. And he says, hey, what they're trying to do is run you out of the big cities right now and tell you that the utopia is living in the woods on your own 10 acres. And that way they can drive you out of the cities and they control the cities. And I was like, okay. And then after they have you on your own 10 acres, they're going to drive you out of your own 10 acres with a different method. We already know what this method is. And Tucker's going, okay, this is a little strange, but I find myself agreeing with Alex Jones. Well, to hear Tucker say that is something, man.
Because it's a conspiracy until it isn't.
I know, right?
Now, if you can enter into the thought that way, you'll stop being a little bitch, and you'll probably have more facts.
Dude, if you want to see something real creepy, put into YouTube Alex Jones when he was predicting the pandemic. This was 10 years before the pandemic, and he actually said, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen, boom.
He's been right so many times.
Frank Mazo says, I submitted applications to refinance the loan, but I keep getting denied. High DTI.
For a what? What kind of refinance? Is it cash out? If it's cash out, we could solve that.
Yeah.
Dion
Franco.
above that says kind of the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
What's
lowest
the lowest
FICO?
FICO? Go ahead.
On a cash out refinance, getting out of hard money. So I've done a cash out under 600. It has to be above a 580, but I've done it under 600. We'll have to take a look at it, man. So here's the deal, guys. You can, when you set up a file, here's what a lot of loan officers do, and I'm probably going to teach a lot of them right now. What they do is they set up a file and they put in the exact parameters, and then they run for an approval, which we use an AUS, which is automated underwriting system. And if we get an approval, we truck forward. And most loan officers, if they don't, they're like, doesn't work. We have to re-look at this file. We have to rebuild it. We have to manipulate it to figure out what it's going to take to work. And that's what we do. What's it going to take to work? And once we identify it, we go that route. And if there's some work done on your side, we'll let you know what it is. And maybe it's not done today, but maybe in a couple weeks, maybe a month from now, we can get it moving. So give us a call. Probably time for a commercial.
Franco. First commercial. If you need a badass loan, you need to call a badass loan officer. Call the numbers on the screen. Chris and Lee work at New American Funding. They are your badass loan officers that can help you get your loan. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Franco, one other thing I want you to know. There is a possibility. There's a possibility of an assumption. Some loans will allow you to assume them. You have to qualify. You don't just get to, hey, I'll take that loan. You have to go through full underwriting. You have to qualify, but you may be able to assume, especially if it was under your father's name and he passed away, there is a possibility that you can assume it. You have to talk to the investor, not the servicer, the investor. The investor is the person who lent you the money. The servicer is the person that you pay to collect the money. Biggest servicer in the country is Mr. Cooper, and that's not who does your, who actually owns your loan. You have to go through whoever the investor is. So if your investor will not allow you to assume the loan, talk to us. We may be able to help you with refinancing and taking it over.
Who's that person above? Dion. Dion, same answer. 580. You need above a 580. We can get you out. Team Sanchez, do you do out-of-state lending? I want to buy 5 to 6 rentals that cost about 60 grand each.
Yes. We even do DSCR.
Boom.
DSCR is better. Now, bear in mind, 1 to 4 units all across the United States is FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, USDA, VA. Those are 1 to 4 units. Once you get to 5 units, I know you said 5 to 6, and you probably mean 5 to 6 individual $60,000 properties. But if you're buying a 5 or 6 unit, it's a commercial loan. Totally different.
So, Vicky, I have 711 credit score. I only have 3 credit cards, low balances, almost to 0. Can I acquire another? Are you asking if you can get another credit card to have more available cash? I think you're asking to get another credit card. So, I don't know. I do home loans. But based on what I know, probably. I would get Credit Karma. Credit Karma will let you know if you can get a credit card or not. So, probably can if you have that kind of credit. Franco, is there any hope of you guys getting licensed in New York? Man!
Love you, Franco.
Get on that, Lee.
We love you, Franco.
Lee's in charge of that. It's his only job. It's getting us licensed
I got
in
one
New York.
job since I've been in the team, and that's to get us licensed in New
So
York.
for the past 25 years,
Yeah, I have been
he's
able
been
to do
working
it.
on it. How's it going?
Yeah, no.
To the process.
Yeah, it's no. It's no. They actually tried. New American Funding, New York has this weird set of rules that you have to have your parent office there. You have to have a certain number of, there's the rules in New York, and a lot of banks don't do business in New York. And the ones that do business, they do business in New York.
Yeah.
They just do business in New York. We'll help you with the basic guidelines because Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, all of them have the same guidelines across the country, but the bank has to be licensed to do business in that state. Unfortunately, New American Funding is not. If they were, we'd take the test and be licensed in New York, but they're not.
Well,
So,
ask
yeah.
any huge business person, or any business person really. They say California and New York suck to do business in. Suck. I'm in California, and it
Yeah.
sucks to do
Yeah, it
business
does,
in.
Yeah.
Vicky, what did Vicky say?
First, are you licensed in California?
Oh.
Not only are we licensed in California, we're located in California, and we do most of our business in California, but it's starting to shift. We're starting to do a lot more across the country.
And just so you know, it sucks to do business
It
in California.
sucks. It
But we do it all the time.
California is amazing weather and shitty politics.
Dion, can you get a DSCR on a distressed property? Is there a rehab loan offered?
Those are different loans.
Different loans, man.
Yeah.
2 different things. So can you do a DSCR? Yes. After the fact, can you do rehab? Maybe. So give us a call, man. Let's talk about it. Vicky, I'm going to purchase a home or start the process in February. Should I get a new credit card?
Vicky,
What's the answer to that, Lee? What's the answer to that?
Vicky, you need to listen to this because this is going to change the way you think about the world and reality and time, space, and being. Vicky.
I don't know what he just said. I'm not even listening.
Vicky.
Don't listen.
Vicky.
She can't hear you. Say it one more
You need to call us so we can pull your credit. And we need to start building your profile, and we'll let you know if you need another credit card. We don't know.
It's the only priest you need
Yeah.
to listen to. Call
But,
us.
yeah. So there's
your credit. Pull your
so
credit.
Vicky, here's the thing. Have we ever done a loan with no credit score? Have we? Yeah, we have. Do we do loans with no credit score? Like none, 0. Like we pull credit and it doesn't say 0, it says no credit score, NA, blank or a dash. No credit score. If I get that, I can actually do a file through what's called alternative credit. Alternative credit means, okay, you've been living, so you got to pay electric, you got to pay gas, you got to pay water, you got to pay these bills that happen to everybody. I need you to prove to me that you pay them on time. Once you prove them on time, I need 12-month statements showing that you paid it on time, all this good stuff. And then when I do, I build an alternative credit profile. And then I get somebody a house. Have we done it? Yes, we have. So some people are saying, hey, listen, I don't want any credit score. But here's the thing. Once you actually got the mortgage is going to start reporting to the credit bureaus, and you're going to have a credit score. So you're going to have a credit score. If you only have one trade line or two trade lines and you think you need more, you don't know until your licensed loan officer pulls your credit and builds your file. Once they do that, then you'll actually know. So Vicky, if you really want to buy a house, reach out to us. We'll help you.
Don't wait till February. We're behind a lot of people in line. A lot of people in line. I think when January hits, okay, right now our applications have already skyrocketed. Up probably 300-400%. Not gonna lie. Okay, for the month of December, just for the month of December.
That's not closings, by the way. That's just applications. That's people going, hey, I think I want to buy one.
Yeah. So what that means is December is the slowest month of the year. The slowest month for all loan officers across the board. Okay, because of Christmas, because of holidays, shopping, kind of putting that on the back burner until after the new year. So January hits, it's going to be busy. So Vicky, when I say don't start in February, start now, that's why. Because if we get busy, you're going to be, one of the many that we're trying to qualify, and there may be a challenge. So if there is a challenge, you want to know what that is today so that you're not solving it in February, you're solving it today and you're ready in February. Whenever you decide to buy. No, I don't care when you buy, but when you're ready to buy, you need to be ready financially.
So Ranjadavir Samara, is that how I did it right?
Sure.
Rajvinder. So right now, if you went to the New American Funding website, you would see 5.75%. 5.75 on a 30-year FHA. That is not your quote. That is the number that New American Funding is putting out on their website. You can see it by going to our profile, going to cool links, and then you'll see the interest rates there. So 5.75 on an FHA. Now, people are like, hey, I didn't know they were that low. They are for that specific profile. That profile is an 800 FICO score, 25% down, 2430 DTI. Right?
I wasn't listening to you.
You were listening to
Honestly,
me.
I wasn't listening to a word you said.
I know.
Just wait until you stop so I can say, hey, guys, get pre-qualified now. Because it's going to be too late if you do it in February.
Why did your voice go up?
I change my voice every now and again.
All right. You sound like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse, whatever.
All right. Did you give Gavin a voice?
No.
You should have given him a voice. Give him a raspy voice.
Dude.
Like a Al Pacino voice.
Dude, I'm on number 4. 4.
Number 4? Number 4. What are you number 4 of?
All-time greatest person on earth ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Number 4.
And your daughter's doing the ranking? You're number 4?
Yeah, well, what can I say, man? She's a tough judge. Tough judge. What about conventional, she wants to know?
What about conventional? Conventional. On the New American Funding website, 6.25.
Boom!
What?
Choo-choo.
You don't believe me? Go to our profile, go to cool stuff, go to the links.
Train's leaving the station, guys. Train's leaving the station. Gotta
starting.
hop on.
It's starting. And we believe the pause is in full effect, but we won't know till, the 13th is the next Fed funds meeting, but 97% say there's not going to be an increase there. However, in February, the odds are 25% of a increase, 25 basis point increase right now. It's pretty different. Mm-hmm. Do you even match lender credits? Do you ever match lender credits?
Ever.
You take that. Bobby F., what's up?
So here's how it works, guys. Lender credit is based on a profile. It's based on how the person is qualified. So if the other loan officer has their file built correctly and my file, put it against my file, I'll give you whatever credit is available. If it's more than that lender, cool, because my file is correct. Mm-hmm. If it's less than that lender, that's what you're getting because my file is correct. So do we match? Sometimes, depending on how they have their file built. All that being said, as rates go down, more and more lender credit opens up. More and more, okay? Now, a lot of people are going to think, well, I'll just wait for the lowest rate to get the most amount of lender credit. Yeah, but you're also going to pay the highest price for a house that you can't readjust. But if you get in now, take a slightly higher rate, take slightly less lender credit. You'll be able to adjust the rate down the road, but you also have the cheapest price. So, to answer the question, sometimes, but we'll always do the best, very best that's available for the client.
User 1630 says, how much does it actually reduce a 2-1 buy down? So 2-1 buy downs are cute. They're flashy.
They work sometimes.
They work sometimes.
Sometimes.
But here's the catch with the 2-1 buy down. 2-1 buy down, I don't recommend them most of the time. And here's why. Because one, we qualify you with today's interest rates. So let's go back to 8%. Let's say we qualified you at 8%. And we put you in a 2-1 buy down. So the first year, your interest rate is going to be 6%. The second year, your interest rate is going to be 7%. And then the third year, your interest rate is going to be 8%. Now, in order to get that, you spent a lot of money. And let's say you spent $20,000 in order to get that 2-1 buy down. You don't know you did, but you did. So you use the 2-1 buy down program. And let's just say next year that rates fell 1.5 points. It doesn't make any sense for you to refinance out because you already paid money for your interest rate to guarantee go up. Guarantee go up. Not maybe go up. Guarantee go up. And you paid $20,000 to guarantee the interest rate is going to go up. It sounds cute in the moment. It does. It sounds really cute. It's like buying a bunny on Easter. It's cute in the moment. But long term, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, and if you're going to get 20 G's, put that towards the price.
Amen.
Don't put that towards the rate. Put that towards the price.
And it's not like you qualify for more because you have to qualify with the higher ratios on a 2-1 buy down. It just gives you the lower payment for that year. But it also locks you in for 2 more years and you can't get out of it. Well, you can, but it's not worth it because you already put 20 G's down. And it's going to cost you to refinance.
I thought the remainder of the money goes towards refinance. You are correct. Because a buy down, there's a little bit of a bank, I guess, if you will. But a refinance costs you like $3,000. And if you're putting 20 grand in, there's a $17,000 loss there. Yeah. Also, you guys should know this. If you buy a house with us today, or even if you're a past client, we have a 5-year guarantee. So what that means is you buy a house today, and you go to refinance next year, let's pretend that they're at the rock bottom 12 months from now, you get to refinance with us with no lender fees. No lender fees! So that even cuts it even more.
But that sounds, so it is our bank. Our bank is saying, hey, listen, we won't charge to refinance the house for the next 5 years. But that doesn't mean it's entirely free because there's title, escrow, notary. There's other people that need to get paid. So it's the bank's way of saying, hey, free refinance. Well, free means they didn't make any money. But there's still costs involved, so you still get some costs, but not as much.
$3,000 goes down to like $1,500.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
But it's $1,500 versus $3,000, still a better deal. Also, it applies to what we just answered here, so it makes the most sense. I thought the remainder. That was done. How much do you have to put down on a house? How much do you have to put down on a house, Lee?
Dude, you can do 0 if you want. You can do 3.5%.
Qualify.
You can do 3%. You can do 5%. You can do 10%. You can do 20%. Or you could do 50%, or even 100%. That's all of them.
If you put 100% down, what size is your loan?
0%.
You get a 0% loan?
Dude.
Please offering 0% loans. You heard it here first, guys.
Dude.
Husband is a vet. We make $90K and want to get a loan for $165,000. How much house payment will it be? You make $90K and you want to buy $165,000? Just wait 2 years, buy it cash.
Yeah, your house payment's going to be low.
Dirt cheap.
I mean, well, relative. Everything's relative. But $90,000 a year, your payment's going to be somewhere between $1,100 and $1,500, depending on tax base and insurance. You might even get down to, with a VA loan, if you have a good FICO score, you could get to 5.75 with the right profile.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. What?
It's time to leave, man.
Is it?
I'm Chris, that's Lee.
We've been Chris and Lee. We appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. We'll be later.